skaters, and welcome back. I am Coach Julia, and today we have a fun little tutorial. We are going to be doing the moonwalk. The moonwalk is just that really cool slidey foot action that's pretty tough to do when you're dancing, but on the ice, it's actually a little bit easier. So we are going to be doing this as part of our Christmas choreography this year, and that video is coming out on Sunday. So I wanted to make sure you all know how to do this moonwalk before we get started with this Christmas choreography. So let's see what that moonwalk looks like. All right, so this moonwalk is simple, but it takes a little bit of flair, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with our feet parallel, and I'm gonna have you pop one of your toes in the ice. Right now I have my right toe in the ice. So they're next to each other, and I'm popping that right toe up. And I wanna get that toe pick as high as I possibly can into the ice, okay? We don't want it low. It doesn't look as cool, but also doesn't function as well and can slide out in front of us. We don't want that. So we're gonna pop that toe up as high as we can so we really get that toe pick into the ice and get some grip on it. And then we're going to slide our left foot back. So our right toe we're pushing off of, and we're gonna slide our left foot behind us. And then, this is kind of an awkward position. We've got our feet split, right? So we've toe picked, and then we slide. From here, we're gonna switch. So we're gonna pop our left toe pick in the ice and switch. So we went like a little seesaw motion. We went from the front toe pick in the ice and our back leg straight behind us, keeping that knee really straight. And then we're gonna pop that left toe in the ice while it's still behind us and straighten the front. Okay, so we're going boom, boom. I think that's the most confusing action for people, is switching toe picks. So we go front toe pick, front knee bent, back toe pick, back knee bent, okay? And we're gonna change. We're gonna slide, switch, slide, switch, slide, switch, slide, switch. That is the entire motion, okay? But I see a lot of little mistakes that people make, so we'll go over those as well. But the main thing you want to think is nice tall position, and we can get all kinds of cool style with it. But we're going to go toe pick, slide, toe pick, slide, toe pick, slide, toe pick, slide. And that is your basic moonwalk. So we're going to just talk about a couple of things that people tend to do that make this look a little awkward or make it not function quite right. So you don't ever want to pick your foot up and move it back. Okay, so I've seen people try to do that where they pick their foot up and toe it, and then they pick that foot up and toe it, and that really takes away from that sort of liquid moonwalk look. You want your legs to look like they're liquidy, and when you pick it up off the ice, you lose that liquid feel, okay? The other thing is, we don't want to always try to keep our toes in front. I've seen people try to do the whole thing with their toes in front of them. Okay, so they're keeping that, it's almost like you're paddling then. So you're going front, 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 and it's like, it makes it a really tiny mini moonwalk, but also looks like you're paddling your feet, okay? So you have to be able to get that foot behind you when you shift, okay? So make sure you're letting that foot slide behind, then switching your toes. Slide behind, then switch those toes, okay? So that switch happens when your sliding foot is behind you, okay? So that's mistake number 2. We also want to keep our feet fairly close, okay? They don't have to be like stuck together, but they need to be at least about shoulder height. If they get wide, then we also have a really awkward looking motion, okay? So keep those feet under you, So you're always sliding with those feet close, and it makes it a little bit sexier, makes it cooler, and keeps that sort of liquid motion happening. And that fourth mistake I often see people doing is not using their toe picks enough, not really elevating their foot. So you want to think about like you're pushing the front of your foot into the laces of your skate. So you're getting your foot really high and there's pressure on the front of that skate. That way you can really engage that toe pick, and we're getting that, again, liquid motion with our legs. We're getting that fluid with our toe pick through the front, okay? If you try to do it without your toe picks, you end up sort of just sliding backward, back and forth. It does not really function. You kind of walk. So those toe picks are so essential for this ice skating version of a moonwalk. So really push that foot up into your laces so you can get that pressure into your toe. That also helps you get this kind of cool thing going on with your hips. So when you're really into that toe, you push into it, and then your hips, your angle of your hips is changing. So you have this one low leg, right? And you slide, and then you're switching and the other leg is low. And so that toe pick pressure through the front, that knee bend, gives it this sort of hip action, like that Cuban motion that we see in like ballroom Latin dancing, okay? So we can get really into those toe picks, into the front of the laces. It helps with the cool factor, helps with the liquid factor, helps it actually function, and it really makes it a more stable motion for this ice skating moonwalk. All right, so this is a fun one. It's a cool one. I'd love to see all your versions of this moonwalk, so tag me on your social media so I can see your moonwalks, but let's try it. Let's give it some flair, okay? All right, we've got our little top hat. We're gonna go 1, 2, toes, knees, hips. Get those legs as liquid as possible. All right, skaters, I hope you enjoy that little moonwalk tutorial. It is such a fun little trick to have in your bag and really works out with some styles of choreography, or just if you want to show off to your friends at a public session. And we will be using it on Sunday for our Christmas choreography program. So you want to make sure you're working on this, and then we will pop it into our Sunday's choreography. All right, if you enjoyed this, please do give us that thumbs up. And as always, I look forward to reading all your comments in that section down below. If you haven't done so yet, then hit that subscribe button so you can see all my videos when they come out. Happy skating, and I'll see you next time.